Hi there, Jamie. This is Isaac here. I had a discussion with Kevin about your video. I watched your video, and it was absolutely awesome. Great handwriting analysis, right? Which was brilliant, and I loved it. I enjoyed it. The one thing that uh, was kind of missing was kind of the marketing message and the angle, right? That we need to use the approach. We must have a specific approach to this kind of audience because we are hijacking traffic that was not ours in the first place. By targeting the election, we are actually hijacking traffic that was not ours, in the first place. So I just need to discuss a few things, and when you see this, I believe you're going to understand, what the perfect approach is for this kind of traffic that we're hijacking. So when we look at this here now, you'll see that these are different kinds of people you'll find online. The first, these are random surfers, people that are on the, they have an internet connection, they've got a computer, and they will watch anything, does anything on YouTube. These are people that just because YouTube suggests a video, they will click on it and they will watch it. And these are people that we're gonna get, right? The next group of people are information seekers. So these are people who are gonna literally type in Trump election. People are gonna type in Hillary election or Hillary Clinton election, or they're gonna type Trump versus Hillary, or they're going to type election 2016, US election 2016. And these people are information seekers and they want information about the election. Now, obviously, we have to pre-frame them. We cannot go directly into handwriting analysis. We have to pre-frame them and strategically introduce handwriting analysis to these people. So we've got another group of people who are researchers. So these are people who are on the verge of buying, but they want to make a little bit more research before they spend money. And these are very good people. Most of the time, they just need the extra bit of information before they buy. And then you'll get buyers. These are people who have their credit cards out ready on the table, ready to make a purchase, and they're typing in exact search phrases. And these are people who would maybe, if they wanted to buy a handwriting analysis course, maybe there's a handwriting analysis course with the title Jamie Mason's handwriting analysis training course. They will actually type the whole phrase in there because they either they know about it from somebody and they are prepared, they're ready to buy it. And this is the kind of people. And these people you don't want to waste their time. You want to show them the buy it now button. That's what you want to do with these people. And these researchers, you just want to share them a little bit of information, a 5-minute video just to say yes, to validate that the product they're buying is authentic and it will be worth their money. So those are researchers. But the kind of traffic that we're getting, we're hijacking it. This is not our traffic. These people did not search for handwriting analysis. These people, all they want to know is about the election. So we have to strategically, our marketing message has to be structured in such a way that we are going to give them answers. We're gonna keep them engaged, and that's very important. So these are the steps that we need to put the people through. And these are the steps we need to build into our video, so that we keep them engaged until the end of the video and we get them to take action, and finally we're going to make money from them one way or another. Okay, so how are we going to do that? the first thing to do is to talk about what they typed in already, right? So we have to spend at least about 20 to 30 seconds talking about what they searched, if they were searching, right? So if they saw a picture of your video there was suggested by YouTube, and they saw a picture of Trump versus Hillary, we have to, when they click, we have to spend at least 20 to 30 minutes talking about, to validate to them that they are not watching the wrong video. We have to spend about 20 to 30 minutes talking about how exciting this subject is, the subject of the election. That's what we have to do. So what would be ideal would be to talk about the election. And I'm just going to make a simple example. It would go something like this. It would go something like, welcome to one of the most exciting videos you'll ever see online about, which is going to be about Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton. And I'm going to cover this better than any other video out there. And, so basically just talk about the election, talk about how exciting the election is, talk about, the greatest election in the history of America, So this is basically validating to them that they're not watching the wrong video, they are there, right? And keep them engaged. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to make them a promise. Now, making them a promise to make sure they stick till the very end of the video. And the promise could be something like, by the end of this video, you will know who is going to win the election. There could be a promise, right? But basically, you will tell them, you will give them a promise that they will know who will win the election, or they will know the strengths of Hillary and Trump. What are their core strengths, and how are those strengths going to help them gain an advantage in this election? But basically, you need to make a promise. And the whole reason why you want this promise is so that they watch this till the very end. Now, the next thing is you're going to introduce handwriting analysis. And the way to introduce it would be in line with the entire election or the entire subject. And this would go something like this. We would say, we're going to use a method never used before for this kind of in the subject, in the elections. We're going to use handwriting analysis to figure out who's going to win the election. Or we're going to use handwriting analysis, a method that is a basic science that will reveal to us who is more likely to win this biggest election in the history of America. All right. And then you would start doing their handwriting analysis, analyze between the two handwriting, back and forth, Trump versus Hillary, back and forth, looking at their strengths and so forth, right? You know best how to do this. And after analyzing both their handwritings and sharing this information with them, you would deliver the promise. Exactly what you promised them, you would deliver it. To say, this is the person that's going to win the election. Trump is the person that's going to win the election. Or Hillary is the most likely candidate to win this election because of her strength. But you would deliver the promise that you talked about in the beginning of the video. And then immediately after that, you'd slip into call to action. And this is to make sure that you get a click from the viewer. They click and they go to your funnel. And what you do, you would say something like, now that you know how handwriting analysis can actually reveal somebody's strengths, somebody's weaknesses, how would you like to know your strengths? How would you like to discover your own strengths and start living life in a way that will help you use your abilities and get the best you possibly can from life? But basically what you're doing there is you would slip into the call to action. And then you'll say, here's a free quiz that you can take today for free. A quiz you can take today for free that will help you discover your strengths and help you get the best from life, and so forth. But basically what you're doing there is you are giving them you're getting a click from them, from the viewer. Immediately after getting that click, they would get to your funnel, and the funnel would be a quiz. So they would take a free quiz. At the end of the quiz, they type in their email addresses where they're going to get their results. So the first email sequence would be, congratulations, here are your results. They will get those results of the quiz, explaining a little bit about their strengths, right? And then it would go into the low ticket, the first offer, the second offer, the third offer. So this would be probably a low ticket. And that's what you would say. These results are not 100%. They're close, but you can get even better results, 100% accurate results, if you consult with me via Skype and give them a link, or you can, but basically this is where you're selling them products, right? You could sell them consultation, you can sell an ebook, you could sell, but basically you have their email now, and they showed you got them interested, you got their email address, you got them into your funnel, you got them well invested. Because by taking that quiz, if they take that 5-question quiz, already they're invested. They have not invested money yet, but a piece of them wants to see that result. They are invested. And that's exactly what you're going to do there. And having those people, those kind of people on your list that you've qualified through your video, through your quiz, right? That is a valuable list. That is a list that's going to convert when you share information with them. When you put an offer in front of people like this, these people will buy. So that's what I wanted to share with you, and that's what I would like us to, I had a discussion with Kevin, and we really, laser analyzed the funnel, and this funnel would convert for you. This funnel would do awesome. This would be a brilliant funnel. It would show you results. All right, I'm looking forward to spending time with you via Skype, where we can be discussing this project, and hopefully it's gonna be awesome. I believe it's gonna be an awesome discussion. See you then.